Welcome to my presentation entitled The ARCS Model and Approach to Instructional Design. Let's begin with a short history of the ARCS model of instructional design. The letters ARCS in the ARCS model of instructional design stand for attention, relevance, confidence, and satisfaction. The ARCS model of instructional design was first developed by John Keller in 1979 at Syracuse University. John Keller developed the ARCS as a reaction to what he saw as an inadequate attention to learners in an instructional setting. It was also developed due to a lack of understanding in how to influence students' motivation to learn. According to Keller, ARCS is a macro theory which attempts to tie together a wide range of theoretical bases from social learning theory to field theory to self-efficacy theory and on to other motivational theories. Two recent articles have dealt with the ARCS model theory and practice. In the first article titled The Effects of ARCS Motivational Model on Student Motivation to Learn English, authors Kurt and Ketchik dealt with student-teacher motivation, absenteeism, failure, feeling overwhelmed, and the inability to put theory into practice. Kurt and Ketchik found that the ARCS model was adaptive and effective, also that student motivation increased, and the ARCS model was easily applied in the classroom. In the second article titled The Effect of Project-Based Learning and the ARCS Motivational Model on Students' Achievement and Motivation to Acquire Database Program Skills, author Hassan explored teaching computer through project-based learning and using the ARCS model. Hassan found that the integration of project-based learning and the ARCS motivational model resulted in positive academic performance and an increase in the acquisition of database program skills. Let's take some time to further unpack the four strategies of the ARCS model of instructional design. Let's begin with attention. Attention includes perceptual arousal, inquiry arousal, and variability. Perceptual arousal provides novelty, surprise, incongruity, or uncertainty, which all capture the student's interest. Inquiry arousal stimulates curiosity by posing questions or problems to solve. Variability incorporates a range of methods and media to meet students' varying needs. Relevance. Relevance includes goal orientation, mode of matching, and familiarity. Goal orientation presents the objectives and useful purpose of the instruction and specific methods for successful achievement. Mode of matching matches objectives to students' need and motives. Familiarity presents contents in ways that are understandable and that are related to the learner's experience and value. Confidence. Confidence includes learning requirements, success opportunities, and personal responsibilities. Learning requirements inform students about learning and performance requirements and assessment criteria. Success opportunities provide challenging and meaningful opportunities for successful learning. Personal responsibility links learning success to students' personal ability and efforts. Satisfaction. This includes intrinsic reinforcement, extrinsic rewards, and equity. Intrinsic reinforcement encourages and supports intrinsic enjoyment of the learning experience. Extrinsic rewards provide positive reinforcement and motivational feedback. Equity maintains consistent standards and consequences for success. Here's a lesson plan that follows the ARCS model of instructional design. This lesson plan is called Separating Fact from Fiction. First, I will analyze my audience. I teach current events to a group of 5th grade students. The objective of the lesson is to learn how to separate fact from fiction in the news. These students are very tech savvy but struggle with finding the right sources of information, especially for research purposes. We should begin with an attention grabber. I will direct them to the Hustler News Network and ask them to determine what they think is the most newsworthy article on the site. After a few minutes, I will ask them to begin sharing their news story with the class. I will tell them I will reward treats for the students who can find the same story just on another news or media site. When they can't find their story on the site, I tell them that the Hustler News Network is fake news. I ask them, why did I decide to use this site in class? Are there other sites we can't trust? How do we know what or who to trust on the internet? And how do you know CNN, for example, is something we can trust to make it more relevant? I tell them I want to give them the power to determine fake news from real. To develop confidence in their ability to determine fake news from real news, I give them a 5-question guide. They are to go to a trusted news source like CNN or NBC and select a news story and ask the following 5 questions. Who wrote it? What claims does it make? When was it published? Where was it published? And how does it make you feel? The answers to these questions help us to determine real from fake. To bring satisfaction to the learning experience, we end the lesson by having a group discussion where each student shares their story and reports their findings to the 5 questions. As a class, we will determine if that news story is real or fake or somewhere in between. Thank you.